From the nature religions to the golden age of Greece, Mother Earth has always been venerated. Gaia is what makes all life possible. She bears and nurtures all living things. Yet humankind has destroyed her balance in nature in the 20th century, and by doing so, the basis of life and the future of our descendants. Natural catastrophes have increased massively over the past 200 years, both in frequency and intensity. In the last 12 years alone, since the turn of the century, scientists have recorded 5 times more environmental catastrophes than were recorded for the entire 20th century. Earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, tornadoes, and tsunamis are occurring more frequently, and in the news we hear that they are the most powerful since records have been kept. But why is all this really happening? There are 3 essential influences that are triggering the life-threatening imbalance. Human beings have the greatest impact on the environment through their destruction and pollution around the globe. This has resulted in our current climate situation within the atmosphere. The microcosm and macrocosm have become out of balance. Global warming is causing the poles to melt, and consequently, the Gulf Stream and the global temperatures will cool by 3 to 5 degrees. This will, in turn, lead to a mini ice age like the one at the end of the 15th century in the Middle Ages, where half of all the harvests failed.
We ask humankind to give up atomic energy and the burning of coal in order to massively reduce the 2 greatest global dangers. We also ask humankind to reduce or give up their consumption of meat. This would serve both them and world health, because the torturous industrial raising of animals for food has an enormous environmental impact. That's because animal husbandry produces more CO2 and methane than all transportation means. And livestock also consumes more than a third of our agricultural and water resources. By taking these actions, shortages of food and water could be solved within 10 years.
The temperature of the sun is the second major environmental factor leading to global warming. According to NASA, sunstorm activity has been peaking since December 2012. This accelerates global warming from outer space, and through electromagnetic bursts is increasingly causing disruptions to our electrical grids and high-tech systems. The third essential environmental influence is the astronomical rotation of our solar system, together with the galactic conjunction, which occurs every 26,000 years. These form the basis of the 4-cycle calendar of the Mayans, the Vedas, astrology, and the Great Pyramid, which end this decade and then start anew. In the worst case, these 3 influences will lead to continental drifts, as they did 13,000 years ago when continent plates rose up and sank. This was also the reason why the Atlantic plate sank beneath the sea around 11,000 BC. While the face of the Earth changed, its molten core and energy field remained intact, even though there were enormous volcanic eruptions and tsunami floods that swept the world, which we encounter as great floods in the ancient texts from various cultures. Most people know about the scientific longitudes and latitudes, but of greater significance for our globe and all life on Earth are the electromagnetic fields and the so-called energy grid and ley lines, which have drastically weakened over the past 200 years.
Many power places on Earth lie at the intersection of such lines, through which arrangements and shapes can be recognized when we connect them. By connecting the 6 power places with the North and South poles, we can see the shape of the Merkaba, the star tetrahedron from sacred creation geometry. And here appears the wave band of the so-called chakra points, with the 7 main and the 7 corresponding places.
This knowledge was, astonishingly, already known by prehistoric advanced civilizations, which they used to build their megalithic complexes on what were for them holy places, on a scale that remains inexplicable and unmatched even today. We should be aware that Mother Earth is alive. She is often called Gaia in ancient texts, and by the Greeks considered a living being rotating in space within the universe, who continues to make life possible through her magnificent nature and diversity. Gaia also has a soul, an organic material body and consciousness. She feels the changes that occur, reacts to them, and communicates. Let's listen. Over the past 20 years, a number of people have received her images and words, including Keisha Crowther, Pepper Lewis, and also Rico Paganini, with clear, shocking, and also living reminders. Take care of divine creation and my earthly body. Rid the world of your atomic power plants and weapons. The emissions and vibrations from your technological systems are causing me pain. Your nutrition stems from nature, not from eating domesticated animals, because by doing so, you deprive other humans and animals of their natural food.
I could experience a lot about Gaia and the spiritual beings in the 14 power places through their moving communications and perspectives, which are shared in the book Gaia Legacy. Gaia says that the task of humankind is self-knowledge, knowledge of the deity, the unfolding of loving potential, and the preservation of creation. But no one is listening, because humans are largely oriented towards technology and unbridled consumption, which are driving us and Mother Earth to destruction. There are only 2 possible scenarios. Everything continues as it is and leads us to catastrophic upheavals. Or we change our behavior so that a smooth transition can take place. Together we will manage to move through this special time of turning to a more conscious forms of life and being that will offer us all a great deal of joy.
You can learn more at the website for the book Gaia Legacy.